It's just 5 horses in this year's Jim Dandy, but every one of them can run. We got Sovereignty returning off a monster Belmont, Grade 1 winners trying to turn it around, and a couple of upset threats due to a wacky pace setup. It's a small field with huge implications and Travers hopes down the line. I'm breaking down all 5 horses, how the race sets up, who's worth betting, and exactly how I'm playing it. And if you want my free weekly picks, plus the worksheet I use to break down races like this, both are linked below. Let's kick this one off with Baeza. He's the almost there horse in this division and's finished behind either Journalism or Sovereignty, or both in his last 3. So he's got something to prove. His recent works have been sharp, sharper than we've seen all year, and this might be a spot where he finally puts it together. He was far back in the Belmont, but doesn't need to be that far back again. With Plex likely controlling the pace and Sovereignty potentially bouncing off that massive Belmont run, Baeza's tactical gear becomes key. If he's within range turning for home, he could absolutely turn the tables here. When I spoke to his trainer Mark Cassie, he made it clear this horse loves Saratoga, and this race has been the goal ever since the 3rd in the Preakness. 2 back in the Derby, he just never looked comfortable. He didn't handle the track and just didn't fire. They're hoping that this is his bounce back spot. But here's the issue. He needs a setup and he's not going to get one. There's almost no pace in this race and Sandman does his best running from way off it. That's a tough ask in a 5-horse field with Plex controlling things and nobody else wanting to push the issue. He'll take money, fans love him, and the Preakness effort keeps him on people's radar, but to me he'll be overbet. Third up, Plex, and he's got one major advantage over this field. He's the lone speed. He ran huge in the Ohio Derby, wired that field with authority, and now shows up here off back-to-back wins. He also won the Bayshore 2-back sprinting, so we know he's versatile. And most importantly, he's sharp right now. But this is a big step up. The waters get a lot deeper here, and while he's likely to get things his way up front, he'll still need to take another step forward to beat this group heads up. That said, horses get brave when nobody pressures them, and in short fields like this, controlling the pace is gold. He's not going to be my top pick, but he is an absolute must-use underneath in exactas and tries. 4th in is Hill Road, who comes off a sharp win in the Peter Pan, where he rallied from last to first. Time form has him pegged with the best late pace in the field. I'd still give that edge to Sovereignty, but either way, he's a deep closer in a race that really doesn't favor his style. He's been on the upswing since returning from that illness early in the season, posting back-to-back strong buyers, 95 and 96. And you can't knock the progression. But he got outrun in the Belmont, and this setup might be worse. Small field, very little pace, and no chance to hide. To me, he's a horse that probably wants more ground and a bigger field with some real tempo. I think he gets the worst of it from a race flow standpoint. And last but not least, Sovereignty. Back-to-back wins in the Kentucky Derby and Belmont. He's the most accomplished 3-year-old in the country right now. There's no question. And in the Belmont, he showed something new, sitting closer to the pace and still powering home for a career-best 109 buyer. That's pretty scary. If it wasn't for Tapan Street getting the jump on him in the Florida Derby, he'd be looking at 5 straight wins. And even here on the cutback from 1.25 miles, he's still the most likely winner. But I'm going to try to beat him. The Belmont effort was massive, and sometimes a bounce comes next. He's already proven he loves 1.25 miles, and this isn't that. Plus, with Mott clearly focused on the Travers and Breeders' Cup down the line, this could be more of a tightener than an all-out effort. Before I get into my top picks, if you want sharper bets, every Friday I send out 2 races for the weekend with my top contenders, full reasoning, betting notes, and the same worksheet that I use to break races like this down. It's designed to help you spot the best horse in every race. It's completely free and built for serious bettors. And it goes out every single week. The link's in the description, so you can grab it before you bet this weekend. All right, my top pick is going to be Baeza. He's training lights out and better than ever. While he hasn't looked Sovereignty's equal in the past, this race sets up much differently. The value's going to be there, and I think he's primed to fire his best shot yet. My second choice is Sovereignty. He's the most likely winner, no question. Even with a slight bounce off that massive Belmont, he'd still be right there late, but he's going to get hammered at the windows, and I'm not convinced that this is his all-in target. My third choice is Plex. He's in career form and has the race completely in his hands from a pace standpoint. When a horse like this gets brave on the front end in a 5-horse field, you gotta respect it, and I'm going to use him in my verticals. This is how I'm betting the race. I'm going with Baeza to win, but only if he's 3-1 or higher. That's where the value starts for me, and I'm not chasing short odds in a 5-horse field. I'll also be boxing Baeza and Sovereignty in a simple exacta, just a 2-horse box. If either one wins and the other runs second, we cash. And in the deeper exotics, like trifectas and superfectas, I'm using Plex and Sandman underneath. Plex could absolutely hang on for a piece if he gets brave up front, and Sandman has a late click to clunk it up if the pace gets weird or someone cracks late. Thanks for watching Trackside Profits preview of the Jim Dandy. I'm Tom, and I'll see you at the track.